Sinbad's journey, from prosperity to new adventures.
Upon arrival, Sinbad sold the Basilian iron, making a handsome profit. He then introduced Princess Elora to the wonders of his homeland, taking her on a grand tour of Basra, from its vibrant markets to its serene waterfronts. Sinbad purchased a magnificent mansion in the heart of the city, offering his wife a luxurious and comfortable home. He also decided to turn his old house near the port into a rental property, marking the beginning of a new venture. Seeing the opportunities in Basra's thriving economy, Sinbad started a real estate business. His keen eye for investments led him to acquire rental mansions, shops, restaurants, houses, and hotels across the Albiya Caliphate. Under the rule of Caliph Osman, the Albiya Caliphate was a prosperous realm, with Baghdad as its capital and Basra as its second most prominent city. Sinbad's business flourished, and his properties became highly sought after. His wealth and influence grew exponentially, solidifying his status as one of the region's most prominent figures. Despite his success, Sinbad remained grounded and generous. He continued to support charitable causes, ensuring that his fortune benefited not only himself but also the less fortunate. From his grand mansion in Basra, Sinbad and Elora embraced their new life together, finding joy and fulfillment in both their personal and professional endeavors. Sinbad's resilience, wisdom, and compassion had once again turned a challenge into an opportunity. 1 year after settling in Basra, Sinbad and Princess Elora were blessed with the birth of their son. They named him Zayden, meaning growth and progress, a name that reflected their hope for a brighter and more enlightened future. Zayden's arrival brought immense joy to their lives, filling their home with laughter and love. Zayden inherited his father's adventurous spirit and his mother's wisdom and grace. From the moment Sinbad held his son, he felt a deep sense of purpose, one that transcended his voyages and wealth. He vowed to raise Zayden with the values of courage, compassion, and justice. Even as a newborn, Zayden became a symbol of hope for both his parents. Sinbad often spoke to Elora about his dreams of a future where Zayden could return to the Basel kingdom, challenge its superstitions, and lead its people into a new era of fairness and progress. "Zayden will be a leader, Elora," Sinbad said one evening as he cradled his son. "He will not only honor the legacy of both our families but also bring about the change we could not achieve. The Basel kingdom deserves a brighter future, and Zayden will light the way." Elora shared Sinbad's hope, and together they nurtured their son, instilling in him the importance of knowledge, empathy, and bravery. For 1 year, Sinbad devoted himself to his family. He played with his son, teaching him early lessons about the world and spinning tales of his legendary adventures. His mansion in Basra became a haven of joy and warmth, with every corner echoing with the sounds of a happy family. Despite his love for his family, Sinbad's heart still yearned for the sea. The call of the waves and the promise of new horizons beckoned to him. After a year of domestic bliss, as Sinbad's heart turned once more to the sea, he began meticulous preparations for a grand new voyage. His time in Basra had not only strengthened his real estate empire but also seen his shipbuilding business flourish. With his expertise in trade and seafaring, Sinbad had established a workshop that crafted some of the finest ships in the Albiya Caliphate. For this voyage, Sinbad commissioned a ship of his own design, a masterpiece of engineering, combining speed, durability, and ample cargo space. Sinbad handpicked a crew of skilled sailors, men and women who were not only experienced in navigation and ship handling but also loyal to his vision of exploration and trade. Among them were seasoned mariners, sharp-eyed scouts, and capable craftsmen who would ensure the journey's success. The ship was loaded with everything needed for an extended expedition: food supplies, trade goods, tools, and weapons for defense. Sinbad, always a shrewd trader, ensured that the ship carried valuable items for barter in distant lands. These included spices, silks, and the renowned iron of the Basel kingdom, ensuring profitable exchanges wherever the ship might dock. Before setting sail, Sinbad spent precious time with his family. He entrusted the management of his thriving real estate and shipbuilding businesses to capable managers, ensuring that profits would continue to support his family and charitable trust. He even appointed a trusted overseer to oversee his saddle-making enterprise in the Basel Kingdom, ensuring that it remained a steady source of income for the people through making arrangement that the half of its profit goes to Basil's trust and remaining to the Basra. As Sinbad stood on the deck of the ship, ready to embark on his next adventure, he looked back at the harbor where Alora and Zayden stood waving. Sinbad's voice boomed across the deck, addressing his loyal crew. "We sail not only for fortune but for the discovery of lands unseen, knowledge untapped, and stories untold. Together, we shall carve our place in the annals of history." The sails unfurled, catching the wind, and the ship glided gracefully out of the harbor. Sinbad's heart swelled with a mix of pride and anticipation. He was leaving behind a thriving legacy in Basra, but he carried with him the promise of new adventures and the hope that Zayden would one day write his own extraordinary chapter in their family story. With the horizon stretching endlessly before him, Sinbad's journey into the unknown began once more, as the legend of the intrepid sailor continued to grow.
As Sinbad's ship sails into the horizon, a new chapter of adventure awaits. What challenges will he face in the uncharted lands? What treasures and tales lie beyond the waves? Don't miss the next thrilling episode of Sinbad's journey. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you're inspired by Sinbad's courage, subscribe and hit the bell icon to follow every step of this legendary voyage, and share this adventure with fellow explorers. Until next time, adventurers, may your sails be strong and your hearts be brave. See you on the next voyage.